Alright, welcome back everybody. We are back in the third game for the Atlanta Royals here in BBL Season 8. We left off midway through this game because I was having a bit of a rough time, lots of bad breaks and people left on base, so I was only up 2-1 after 4 innings. Hoping for recovery here in the 5th and 6th. We will see what we can do. The Jays defense isn't super scary, but they managed to get some good plays, especially Jordan Thorner has a big fielding nerf, but made a nice, a really impressive over-the-shoulder grab in center. Jomar also just barely robbed what would have been a 3-run home run, so yeah. Some rough times, we will see what we can do here though, and Scotty Roth leading off the action. Jody Palmer has pitched nearly 70 pitches in the first however many innings. That was in the first 4 innings. Sorry, got distracted. Scotty grounds one to short. Surprisingly enough, given that went almost straight to Bagwell, it is a single. So that's a nice start. I forget who the catcher is for these guys. Oh, Kendall. So yeah, Scotty should turn around. Alright, but a single to start off, that's always good. And Keisha Phillips, the hitter, we'll go for power. I feel like I'm not using power enough, probably. Then again, this team doesn't have many power hitters. We'll see. The problem with power is unless you get the perfect, juicy sort of pitch, it's usually not a very good idea to actually swing with it. Keisha with a sharp line drive, Jerry moving over. He does catch it and throw it to first to get Scotty out, so... Keisha safe on a fielder's choice, bringing up Lena Egg. Need a good hit here to advance Keisha into scoring positions. In the scoring position. Strike one on the corner. Jody holding down pretty well for a player with only 7 pitching who's pitched for over 70 pitches. I think she was getting somewhat tired, but she's held up decently. And another one hit straight into the ground. Jody gets under it. And is going to go for the easy out at first. And cannot make it to third there. Alright, Lena out. We are not having good hits so far. Just one's hit into the ground, but let's see if Molly May can change that. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Strong hits here. Whatever can get Molly would be good. Whatever can get Molly to first can probably score Keisha. And if we don't get Molly on, then that'll be a nothing inning, which isn't good. Alright, we're going for the high pop-up here. Jody's getting dangerously close, but she is not able to catch it in time. The good old bunk on the catcher's head, and Molly is safe at first base. Keisha to third, so a base hit here by Chucky Flinder will score her. Chucky had a single earlier in the game, which I believe successfully advanced Molly from first base to third, and then almost hit a 3-run home run his last at bat before being robbed by Jomar. Let's see if we can get another good hit from him today. Jody about to hit the 80-pitch mark as she pitches 2 straight balls. On deck is, I think, Vincent Sweet. So, I don't know that he's particularly better or worse to have up than him. Drawing a couple of walks to get him some runs would be not bad. If nothing else, it looks like I've drawn... Ooh, nice pop-up there. And Giambi just barely gets to it. Looked like it might be going to land, but popped a bit too much. Giambi could get under it, and so Royals are not able to get it done in the 5th. Credited with 3 more hits, but no more runs. Going into the bottom of the 5th, it's still 2-1. Gotta hope for the 6th inning rally here. Most of this week's games are done already. Actually, they were done by Wednesday. And Scotty misses a pickup on the ball. Lets it get by him, and then overthrows Vincent to try to compensate, so Bagwell gets second base for free. To start off the inning, that's not good. If the Blue Jays score again, then, well, could be a long evening of backyard baseball. Giambi pops one up towards first. Sweet catches it. However, Bagwell did not get far enough away from the base to have a double play opportunity. Power up wouldn't have done too much at any rate, since Chucky is my power-up user, and he was the last out of the last inning. Johnny Omar, the hitter. Yeah, most of this week's games are in already. They were in by Wednesday. A lot of people playing early, but I do not believe that G. Schlim has played yet for the Blue Jays. So, we will not have a result for this game tonight. And Johnny Omar out on 3 strikes. Checky Flinder getting some degree of revenge for the robbed home run earlier. 2 outs, Jody Palmer the hitter. Hopefully we can take care of business here. That was Chucky's 7th strikeout of the game. Pitching a solid game, if not spectacular here. I do have the more juice in the back pocket, just in case. Can strike out Jody here and then get 2 more in the 6th. That'll be 10 strikeouts on the game, which won't be bad at all. Misses a strike zone here, though, delaying the inning a little bit longer. And Jody does take it, hits one up the middle. Scotty does get it this time, though. Catches it for the 3rd out. So 1 hit, but no runs for the Jays. We're going into the 6th inning. Royals' last chance to really put up a run differential here. And it'll start off with Vincent Sweet. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Let's see if he can get another one. Get us off to a good start. Put somebody on for Dunkel to hopefully bat in. Low for ball 1. Jody clearly continuing to have some struggles here on the mound. Definitely will take a walk. But most of these players at the bottom of the lineup, I would never expect much better than 1 base. Unless they get a really good hit anyway. 2-1 the count. Continuing to rack up the pitch count, wear out the arm. Thought that was going to be a corner strike at first, but turned out just a bit inside. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Going to take that one. That is a strike for the full count. Palmer nearing 100 pitches thrown. And Vincent is able to put the bat on that. Unfortunately, it bounces straight to Giambi for the 1st out. Chad Capel now up. One of the best batting averages on the team. 1 for 2 today, though. With a single. Let's see if he can get on base. And again, set up a potential RBI here. Promising hit, but it does go foul. Oh, and 1 the count. One's going to go low, I think. Yep, for ball 1. 1-1. Chad was a player who didn't hit very well in the preseason, but has done pretty solidly in the season itself, just at getting on base. And that alone can be enough of a struggle with his team sometimes. I do really wish I was playing at the Paveway with this team the entire season instead of Sandy Flats. Paveway is much better suited towards this type of hitter. At Sandy, it's going to be hard to ever score that many runs. Anyway, Chad fouled off what would have been strike 3, and now takes ball 2. It's 2-2 the count. Aiming to get Palmer here to 100 pitches. Fouls off another one. He's at 94 now. Unless we get a rally going, it's going to be hard to make it. And once again, Jody Palmer's off-speed heat trips me up. I swing with my timing off. Yeah, Chad and Colleen are clones. Swing with my timing slightly off to strikeout. My 3rd strikeout of the game. 2 outs. Julie Dunkel is the Royals' last chance of getting anything done. 1 for 3 today with a single. She has been a disappointment this game. Let's see if she can make up for it some here. At any rate, the game is not over just yet as Julie singles, but now that puts onus on other players with weaker bats. Wayne Kwan is up. He is 0 for 3. Has struck out twice, including once when the game messed me up by delaying my swing. Ooh, and the fireball comes out from Jody. It is low. Julie just barely makes it to second ahead of Kendall's throw. Ball 1, Jody does not make it to 100 pitches. After 97 pitches, she is subbed out. Jason Giambi takes the mound. And he leads off with an elevator, which is outside for ball 2. Gets one in the strike zone. It's 2-1 on Kwan. And that one's down the left field line. Bounces to Jomar. Throws it across the field, but not in time to get Wing out. Single. So the inning continues. Scotty Roth the hitter now, though. Not necessarily who you went up with 2 on and 2 out. Swings and misses at an elevator. Was hoping for a grounder that was just the right level of dinkiness. That's how we're going to get on base here. That wasn't cheese because Jomar threw to first base anyway, so no throws were baited. And unfortunately, Scotty grounds it straight to Bagwell. Play is made for the third out, so we got 5 more hits in these last 2 innings, but weren't able to convert any of them to runs, unfortunately. Team is a bit short on power, and the power we do have has not been very reliable so far. And Keisha Phillips was on deck too, so that's a big bummer. If only Chad or Vincent could have gone on base, or I could have started one batter later. Oh well. So now we try to hold our lead, close this game out honorably. Put it to bed with a +1. Jack Joseph threatening that as he hits a sharp liner down the left field line. Julie can't get it. That's going to be a ground rule double. That pole, as we recently discovered from Visery, marks the boundary between the home run zone and the ground rule double zone. Went far enough to the right that it is in fact a double. It is true if the Blue Jays score 1 run, then I get a chance to bat again and maybe build up my run differential. However, it would be very much dishonorable play to cause that intentionally. Vincent runs away from the bag. I'm a bit distracted and I'm not able to recover in time to tag Kendall out, but we do gun out Jack across the field. Brings up Jane Davis as a hitter. The flower of the Blue Jays lineup coming here. Jane, however, can't muster up any better than a pop-up. Going to be an easy 1 out. Kendall is able to retreat to the base on time. Alright, there's 2 outs, and it's Jerry Winchell as the last hope for the Blue Jays. Looking like we're about to have this game to bed. Chucky still with only 7 strikeouts, hasn't been able to outsmart the batters that much in this part. But should get number 8 here with a nice fireball to close it out. Alright, it's low for ball 1. Let's try that again. It is high for ball 2. Okay, let's try it one more time. And on the third try, gets into the strike zone to strike out Jerry Winchell. And in the game. Not our most impressive effort, but made it through. Final score is Royals 2, Blue Jays 1. We did, in fact, beat the AI. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. And such around the league. Biggest note here is a Melonheads going off against the Rangers, which sounds about right. Not as much as I did in my version of the game, but pretty well. Pete Wheeler listed as a losing pitcher for the Rangers. You can tell some weird stuff was going on there. As far as the stats, once again, not a huge standout performance, but I would give the player of the game to Molly May for coming into the game with 0 hits and then getting hits on all 3 of her at-bats. 3 for 3. Got some useful stuff done on offense, even batted in one of our 2 runs on the game. Again, not a particularly impressive performance of, around the board. Did get 16 hits, 15 of them were singles with 1 paveway home run by Lena Eng. Definitely need a stronger performance than this at the plate if we are to win any games. The only way I can win this overall matchup is if the Blue Jays lose to the AI for the 2nd week in a row. I'm not expecting that to happen. Next week, we go into another very likely loss, as we will be taking on the Chicago Cubs, coached by Wizard, one of the top teams in the NL. And we'll be playing at Sandy Flats. But we will give it our best effort and see what we can do then. Good chance we outpace this score, at least. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. It was fun, and see you next week for more games.